This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Call 𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐄 Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem 𝐤𝐿𝐿𝐿. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and are worthy of the double honors. Peace and blessings. Shalom, shalom. All right, and this lesson is going to be entitled, Donald Trump will do the will of the Lord Yahweh. Donald Trump will do the will of the Lord Yahweh. All right, whom the world ignorantly calls God, through his son, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whose Hebrew name is Yahushai. All right, and as of yesterday, there was an attempt of a extinction of the former president Donald Trump. All right, there was an attempt to extinct or take out the former president Donald Trump, which was ultimately foiled, which the whole plot and storyline was a distraction ultimately from the real goal in mind of the global elites, which is biblical prophecy according to Revelation 13 and 16. He caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a 𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐄 in their right hand or their forehead. And those do not receive the 𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐄 cannot buy or sell. So there's a bigger agenda that's ultimately at hand, and these different distractions, such as the one on yesterday, was just yet another example of the Lord controlling all. As it is written, the deceived and the deceiver are his. So this article from Newsbreak app under politics entitled, Trump follows Biden remarks with two-word post. And it reads, former President Trump and President Biden seem to be sharing similar messages on Sunday, which is today. It says, just minutes after Biden finished remarks on an attempt on Trump's life the day prior, Trump posted Unite America to his Truth Social account. And there was many conflicting stories behind this attempt on Donald Trump's life. All right, we saw the shooting from different angles, the quote-unquote shooting from different angles, all right, in which one of the angles you saw a Secret Service was on top of one building prior to the shooting even happening, all right, which clearly shows that this whole thing was one big distraction, all right, one big false flag for something bigger at hand. And what that bigger thing at hand is a ploy by the global elites, ultimately to crash the dollar, all right, make the currency digital and usher in this MOTB system, all right. And this character DT is merely just a player, a role player of the elites, and ultimately he's a pawn on the Most High's chessboard, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. All right, so it says a gunman fired shots into a Trump campaign rally. Just highlight it real quick. A gunman fired shots into a Trump campaign rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday evening. The former president reported that a bullet pierced his ear and he walked away otherwise unscathed. And there was some conflicting stories even about that. Some people said that it was glass that created the blood. He said that he was grazed. And then there were other stories that came out that said he wasn't grazed. So there's many conflicting stories. All right. And ultimately it's showing that Esau Edom's lies, all right, throughout the planet Earth are not working anymore. All right. His once false flag attempts that would take the earth by storm and have everyone in just a disarray. Now, when you go into the different comments, the comment section boards of these different videos that show the attempt on his life on yesterday, you got the multitude of people that are on the comment board saying that it was staged, saying that it was fake. All right, saying that this is America. All right, that they've been doing this over the course of history. All right. So the truth is out, man. Ultimately, that's the spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. So it says a gunman fired shots into a Trump campaign rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday night. The former president reported that a bullet pierced his ear and he walked away unscathed. The shooter, identified by the FBI as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, targeted the rally from a nearby rooftop. And ultimately, this is just to stir up, all right, more controversy, which is ultimately going to lead to a civil war, all right? And I'm going to get this real quick. And this is 𝐤𝐄𝐄 speaking, and I'm going to get it in the NLT. This is Matthew 12:26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? I'll start from 25, Salakia. And 𝐤𝐄𝐄 knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself, and you could liken that onto America, all right? You got the left wing, right wing, Democrats versus Republicans. Just as the Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire had plebeians and patricians, all right? Patricians going into the modern day Republicans, and the plebeians going into the modern day Democrats, all right? So this is Rome all over again, and we're seeing the ancient Roman Empire leaders resurface again, such as Donald Trump, which from the apostles on down to least those we believe to be coming in the spirit of Nero, all right? And ultimately that will be revealed. But in the meantime, ultimately, Donald Trump is going to do the will of 𝐤𝐿𝐵𝐿, whom the world didn't really calls God and Jesus Christ. All right. And ultimately, the society is being broken down, and events like these are going to show forth that this society is headed forward towards a full-blown civil war. All right. A war between the peoples, class wars, race wars. All right. Political wars. All right. So it says, verse 25 again, Matthew 12:25. And 𝐤𝐄𝐄 knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. America, the city of confusion is broken down. Isaiah 24:10. It says, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Verse 26, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Now I just want to get it in a NLT, all right? Because it's going to go into that civil war that ultimately is brewing. And events like these just show forth that we're in a very, very prophetical time. All right. A black swan event. Okay. An event that could spark or be likened onto a domino effect onto ultimately this society. All right. This is Matthew 12:25 in the NLT. 𝐤𝐿𝐵𝐿 knew their thoughts and replied, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart. And it says any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. Civil war, the word civil goes into citizen. All right. And the scriptures tell you in the book of Isaiah, I will set Egyptian versus Egyptian. And it tells you in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, there's going to be a war, all right, on different levels. People versus people, city versus city, realm versus realm. All right. So it's going to be a major civil war on American soil. America is known as the virgin daughter of Babylon. All right. Thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. We're seeing that through these different events. America is vulnerable. All right. The kings, the princes thereof, the rulers are vulnerable. All right. And the people are vulnerable. But guess what? The men of the Lord, 𝐤𝐿𝐵𝐿, we're going to be covered in this day. Abaratazah that number. So it says, verse 26, and if Satan is casting out Satan, he is divided and fighting against himself. His own kingdom will not survive, because this guy, the alleged gunman, all right, he was an alleged Republican, right? So you got Republicans versus Republicans, Democrats versus Democrats. You got so-called blacks versus so-called blacks. So-called whites versus so-called whites. All right. This is America. All right. And then I was reading the comment boards on some of these different videos going onto the attempt on yesterday. And they had this one comment that basically said, hey, if you believe it's staged, I don't blame you. If you don't believe it's staged, I don't blame you. This is America. All right. Basically saying that, hey, anything goes here. So if it was staged, we're not surprised. All right. If it did actually happen, we're not surprised, because this is America. All right. It's not far-fetched that this political theater act has once again surfaced because America has done this thing in the past. 9/11, the Pentagon, all right, these different events that were staged, all right, to put fear in the public, all right, in the eyes of the people. So it says, verse 26 again, Matthew 12:26, and if Satan is casting out Satan, he is divided and fighting against himself. His own kingdom will not survive. And that's ultimately what's happened to America. All right. This kingdom is being utterly broken down. All right. And it was a very, very, best word I probably could say is it was a very sloppy job by Esau Edom. All right. With this attempt on yesterday. Because it just showed forth that the grips of power are slipping out of his hand ultimately. And ultimately, Donald Trump is going to do the will of the Lord. So this was just a quick hit, Lord willing. It was edifying. I'm going to give infinite honors and praises to 𝐤𝐄𝐅, 𝐤𝐿𝐻𝐿, 𝐻𝐿. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and the elders, great millstone. Peace and blessings. Until next time, 𝐤𝐄𝐅𝐄. Shalom.